I really need to get better at monsters. That's why I kind of gave up and I started drawing this generic lady with a sword. It's like your first job is kind of the hardest one to get.
Yes.
And how did you get your first job?
It's honestly like a lot of times the vibe. I can tell within the first like 3 lines if I already messed up what I saw in my head. Don't over detail, kids.
No.
Or else you'll kill the situation.
The freshness. Just a reminder, in the bottom there are links to the Ultimate Sketching course and the Perspective course. If you're interested in learning how I draw and what my approach is to perspective and to thinking about drawing the figure in general and sketching, please do check out the links at the Proco website. You can find a lot more information and look forward to see you there. Let's get on with the video. Thank you. I'm here with Stephen Oakley. We're here at Monsterpalooza. Is there anything you want to say? Introduce yourself.
Oh, sure. I'm a concept artist who's been working inside the entertainment industry since 2011, 2010 officially. Worked on titles such as God of War, Evolve, Love, Death, and Robots.
Nice.
You name it. Like, I've been very fortunate in my career to touch some of my favorite IPs and get to work on some new ones. So
nice. So I don't know, we're at Monsterpalooza. I guess we'll draw some monsters.
it has to be monsters, yeah.
I confessed this earlier, I'm not that great at monsters, so this entire weekend is an exercise for me in drawing monsters, so and I'm learning from some of the best here.
I was going to start making the S curve and just then begin. Also, I'm one of those criminals that people are like, hey, don't start with the I, but in all honesty, like more often than not, I kind of already see where in my mind, like kind of what I'm trying to make. A few times, like people have kind of said that it's like, hey man, it's kind of like your right hand is just kind of going while you're talking to us. And
yeah. So it's just like intuition at this point. You're just clutting your hand
a little
around the page, and then you make from those straps scribble something that you see something, or
I mean, it's easy once I'm drawing all the time. My wife has accused me of being like, well, if I know there's a game that you worked on or a show, if it has teeth and pissed off eyebrows, like
pissed off eyebrows.
Yeah, like
when you design mostly, like, or what is the first thing you look for? Just overall shape, or like you just said your gestures, or
yeah, I generally like kind of just embrace the vibe in my mind. It sounds cheesy, but more often than not, I'm actually listening to music, usually just like heavy metal. So it's just all emotion.
I listen mainly to fusion jazz now. It's really learning music. But I listen to a lot of metal as well. Like System of a Down was one of my favorites when I was a kid. So
that's so cool. How about you? Like, do you kind of like see stuff from your mind, or is it all just like repetition and muscle memory? And
I sort of have an idea what I'm doing, like 80%, and I'll let maybe not 80%. That's giving myself too much credit. But I try to have an idea of something, like, oh, I'll do that. But then if I make a mistake, then I have to deviate my plans, and then I'll have to do something else.
It's almost kind of rewarding though to just adapt with things that are more permanent, like ink and such. But it made me so I never like try to erase and instead try and just like adapt to whatever I'm doing. And I never, felt bad about like, well, if I mess up, like either I can make it work or I'll just toss it and start again. That's another reason why I can't do sketchbooks though, because I like the freedom of just taking it and tossing it, if I need to.
So permanent media forces you to make decisions.
Yeah, and either stick to them or as you had like kind of outlined, just adapt and change as you push through.
Do you do that as well when you're working and designing it? I mean, when you're doing your initial sketches, say that you're designing a creature's head or something, and it's not what you planned it to be, but you see something else in it, and you just go all of that, like your mistake.
It's honestly like a lot of times the vibe. I can tell within the first like 3 lines if I already messed up what I saw in my head, and I'll just start over, just do it again. Or sometimes you'll see some of my spreads depending on how soon I have to get to a meeting with directors. Like
in 50 minutes.
Yeah, in 50 minutes, I'm like, instead you end up with this like page which is just like the schizophrenic, like mess with like design over a design, and then I have to go into Photoshop and clean all that up.
Did you work at Turtle Rock at some point?
I did with
Scott Flanders.
Yes,
I worked with him.
Nice.
Yeah, he always spoke highly of you when I was at Riot. So when I worked with him,
he was one of the people who kind of like helped me kind of grow as an artist as well, like kind of because I definitely didn't used to shade my concepts at all. Like it was always just like pure line art with no shadows and such. And he was one of the people who kind of like pushed me to try and like make more complete illustrations and such. And at the end of the day, like, I mean, I still do that to this day, which has helped me to be as fast as I am, to be able to get character modelers what they need as soon as they need it. Because I mean, if you think about it with ZBrush, like, all you need is like the line art with the shadows and such.
What I always find in
interesting your story is now. How did you get your fundamentals and stuff? For me, it's always also not portfolio. It's like your first job is kind of the hardest one to get.
Yes.
And how did you get your first job?
Luck. And
that's what everybody's saying. Yeah, right.
I genuinely do not understand how I got, because Turtle Rock was my first job. And up until that point, no shout out to the Art Institute. I had dropped out of art college because they were trying to force us to learn rigging and programming, and for another $70,000, like it was.
Sounds like a steal. I'm just joking.
Right. I mean, these days with some of these schools out here, but the artist part was definitely like making portfolios for all these different jobs, because I mean, I didn't have any prospects. I was working a really terrible job, like, you know, with one of my first ever like employers. I'm sorry, I'm trying to invade your space, so let's jumping in.
It could be overlapping completely.
Yes. But I ended up working like for a very small studio. This guy in Britain who was paying me less than minimum wage and required me to be on Skype with him at 4 a.m. to work the whole time. It was bad. And then there was another studio that never paid me out when they said profit sharing, equity, like, and that never came to pass. And because of that, like, I was basically supported by basically just my friends and my older sister and a really good friend who sadly passed away. His name is Pierce Templeton.
Okay.
He was like an absolute sweetheart and took care of me. My computer broke and I was broke, so he just took
your computer and you were broke.
Yeah, and so he took me to over to Fry's Electronics, and he just built me a new computer, you know. And I miss him every day, but I'm always like so grateful to my friends who helped me through that hard time.
Yeah.
And I say all this just because there's an absurd confluence of luck. I had applied to every single studio on GameDevMaps.com.
Yeah. GameDevMaps.com.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's gone now. And nothing. Radio silence. It was terrible. I knew I was probably going to have to go back to New Hampshire or...
terrible. I'm just kidding. I've never been to New Hampshire. Sure, it's nice.
It's nice, but there's nothing there, you know? I thought I was basically at the end of my rope. Like, it's the end. Because my student loans were about to become due. I had already forebode them. Literally the month that it happened, I saw a post on gameartisans.org on a forum. They were like, Turtle Rock Studios is looking for a concept artist.
Do you like to draw monsters? That's what Scott Flanders said. Like, it said, do you like to draw monsters? No experience required.
Yeah, they hired Scott and I like around the same time, and then the friend Nick Despain right after. And I guess like in that story, like it was the first studio that actually reached back out. I'm sorry, like keep on encroaching into your armpit.
Do it. Touch my armpit.
But like I saw the Game Artisans post. I applied. I like made a new portfolio. Every time I was applying somewhere, I would make a new portfolio page. And
this is a gray, by the way.
A gray.
If you want to, it gives like a half tone.
I have never played with gray. I'm gonna see what's going on.
To squeeze it a little bit, probably. See, you can do like a little bit of shading.
A little bit of shading. Throwing some
It
shade.
looked great like as it was, but it's kind of fun to experiment with them.
Yeah, but I got very lucky, got the job just as my loans came due, and it's just been kind of
welcome.
It was really hard though, and definitely wouldn't have been where I am without everyone that was around me.
What was hard about it? Like just starting out as your first job, or just
surviving to that point. Like literally, like the support network wasn't super there for, you know, what I was trying to do besides my friends, and it was kind of reached a point of like do or die, and well, chose not to die, so here we are. They said to me, like, they're like, for Turtle Rock, they're like, you're missing these things from your portfolio. Like, would you mind bringing in some for when we do an interview? And they were like, yeah, just bring in like three or 5 pages.
Yeah.
So I didn't sleep for 2 days. And no joke, just filled up 25 sheets of paper and just came in with like everything they had requested. Plants, guns, environments, creatures, everything. And I showed up and just like set the stack of paper on the table, and they said like that alone was the reason why they hired me, because they were like, this kid is clearly young and hungry, and like
that's as much as important as your portfolio being like fucking like
it is.
Says
they later told us that there was like straight up someone from like a concept artist from Crytek who was gunning for our positions. And instead like Phil and Rob went with us because they're like, you guys are crazy driven
because you're cheaper and you're
oh certainly, no, 100%. And I mean like, but an entry-level position at,
It's rare.
yeah. And at the end of the day, like, our creature ended up being a 3-story tall monster at E3. Like,
Oh, that's cool.
I cried so hard. It's like,
Yay.
oh my God, he's real. Come on.
Would you say that was like the first moment that you're like, oh fuck, I'm in this?
It's real. I think that was when the imposter syndrome finally started to evaporate. It was like,
Oh really? But for me, it took 6 years for it to evaporate.
I mean, it never really goes away. Even at these events, when people show up to be like, hey, like, I'd like to buy your book. I love your stuff. I'm like, why? Like,
What? When Leyendecker and Dean Cornwell exists, why don't you go buy an art of Dean Cornwell or Leyendecker? Why do you want to spend money on this?
exactly.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying the interview with Stephen Oakley. I had a lot of fun doing this big drawing with him. If you could do a small favor and hit the subscribe button and the bell, that will promote the channel to a wider audience. It's a small thing you can do, but it would really help the channel create more educational and content videos in the future moving forward. So thank you so much.
But
Is this supposed to be the floss? Now it is.
now it is. He's a little crunchy. He's heavy. He's a heavy guy. But
That's fun.
yeah.
I've actually never done this with Peter or AJ, because then we're just like on our own turf. But this
No, dude. I live for collabs.
that's so cool.
I mean, that's the greatest part about the games industry for me is like, everybody gets to contribute. And like, it's cool whenever you get ownership of something. But that can sometimes like cause contention and ego and all that kind of stuff. And nothing's more humbling and wonderful than to openly work and be, collaborating with, especially like character artists. Once they have to make it, suddenly they're like, this is impossible geometry. And you're like, what does that mean? They're like, literally, you can't make this. Then like, passing around concepts like on God of War, like,
Did you do that? Like with the creature went to multiple artists?
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
That happened on Evolve with, a lot of the creatures that started with Scott, because he was making like really like, innovative and new designs, working closely with TJ.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, like when we needed to do a revamp of the monsters, the ball ended up in my court for like trying to do another pass, like trying to make all the crazy stuff that we had slightly more relatable. And same with like, on God of War, like the trolls from like that are in the trailer and in the game, like those kind of started more with Vance Kovacs.
Oh, yeah.
Talented, amazing.
I know he trained under Marshall Vandroff a little bit, but
Yeah. Oh, I put that horn and not in perspective. Learn your perspective, kids. Like,
it's fine.
it's all a trick anyways. Do you do this full time more or less now, or do you
What do you mean?
continue
Like
to like?
Conventional stuff?
Yeah.
Not really. I'm a storyboard artist at Lightspeed LA
Mhm.
right now. Probably when this video comes out, maybe not, maybe yes. I don't.
Hey.
Like I'm thinking of going freelance at some point.
Yes.
I just enjoy working on storyboarding because storyboarding is the only thing where you can draw on your own style.
Yeah, that's true.
And you don't need to like when you're a concept artist, you need to sort of draw in the style of the project. But as a storyboard artist, it's sort of like it's about the framing and the composition and the acting. You can draw in whatever you want. So if I looked at some artists that I was really into, and I could just say, well, I'll tap a little bit into that. So it's actually like my exercises as well. It's like just studying while I'm boarding. I studied animation, so it can also keep animating.
That's awesome.
Sorry, found
I did a little bit of storyboarding on Evolve for the behemoth monster reveal, and then that kind of translated over to I got really lucky and got to work on some of.
You always say you're really lucky, but I think maybe that's to do something with you being able to draw a little bit. Wouldn't you say? Maybe, just maybe,
Life is luck, though. I genuinely believe it. Like, the timing of events, like, I definitely can attribute, like, God of War is an amazing game with an amazing writing, extremely talented team. But the magic also, you have to think about what is happening in the zeitgeist with, like, Vikings show out, the Game of Thrones was still good, is like crazy, like, confluence of vibes,
Yeah.
I don't think like, some of these games would have done well. I mean, it was kind of unlucky that Evolve released when it did, because I think if it came out these days, it wouldn't be poo-pooed for its microtransactions, but...
Oh, wait, you also work with Andrew Ariza?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I know Raph, through Andrew.
Andrew is the fucking most genuine person, pardon my French.
Oh, he's fucking cool. Andrew, you're cool.
Shout out
he's
to-
gonna watch this. I
Shout
know
out to
this.
Andrew.
He sends me memes all the time. He's a meme king.
Is
Yeah. if I'm putting a very generic design here for the. I don't know if that's what you want.
We are.
I'm ruining it
Nope.
with my.
Nope. You added weight. We're basically making Nidhogg 2.0. I'm here for it. 12 out of 10.
I really need to get better at monsters, so
Well,
that's why I kind of gave up and I started drawing this generic lady with a sword.
you have some pretty amazing ladies with swords in your book, man. That shit's awesome.
My specialty. I don't want that to be perceived in any wrong way, or maybe yes.
What do you think is your favorite thing to draw? I mean,
Draw people in perspective. I like doing normal, boring things. That's the most boring answer for a cool question that I could have made exciting. But I really like drawing people in trams. Just my sketchbook is kind of like people drawing,
join the people in the
drawing sessions. Yeah, just like live drawings.
Absolutely killer stuff.
They care and people more. Like just people mainly, or like when they're in the trams or something. So, but statues, like just life. I know it's boring. It's not really like
It's
this
not
forever.
boring.
It's
As someone who can't draw that stuff and draws monsters,
him. I'm pretty sure if I ask you to do it, you'll be able to do it.
I don't know. There's no space left on here. We'll never know. No.
Oh, you mean on this?
No, it's not boring at all. I mean, we're people. People are interesting. You always kind of can tell like someone's story even just by looking at them. But then there's like, the secret layer underneath that if you're not super observant, you might just kind of like write off.
Yeah.
And not only that, but people change. Like you're actually capturing them in a moment where they are in their life at that moment, which you might not even be privy to. So I find it, actually pretty amazing.
I like how you here suggest a texture and then just leave it to imagination. So it's usually around the core shadow, right? Just to get a little bit technical. Yeah.
No, it's definitely something that, I love Adrian Smith to death, but there's too much detail sometimes. I joke. Shout out to Adrian
Workshop.
Yeah. But because you want to guide people's eye, right? And you're doing it, like you're pulling the action up to her. She's looking at him. I'm trying to pull it back over here, as well as you need the rest areas. Otherwise, people just kind of lose their mind. If you're trying to get stuff done quick, you need to have that shorthand kind of detailing and stuff. And honestly, I'm not super great at brush pen, obviously.
I think you're good at it. I was watching on earlier how confident you're actually painting with it more than drawing at times.
My brain doesn't understand the difference.
No, there is.
Are we drawing or are we painting? What's going on there?
So I actually always tell people, people say I'm not good. Oh, I need to practice painting. It's like, well, you don't really, because drawing and painting is the same. If you have a black and white painting, that is basically a drawing.
That's true.
Should be a drawing.
Yeah.
The only difference is color.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's my excuse to not go into color and I can keep doing, I am painting, I am drawing.
I swear I am. Look.
Yeah.
It's black and white paint.
Let me see how you drew those mountains. It's pretty interesting.
Yes, let's up.
Do I follow it here?
And then what the sake that?
Oh, nice.
Have to get the clouds. Have to. Who are your starting out heroes?
My starting out heroes.
Yeah, when you were youngest and decided that you would start.
Mal Kapinski, probably. Like in those old Warhammer books.
Yeah.
I copied Carl's stuff.
Oh man, I mean, to me, those are the golden age of Warhammer. No hate to the new gen. I just Carl Kapinski and Adrian Smith brought some absurd amounts of just grit and dark kind of just energy to things that I don't know. I just really mess with. I think my first exposure to Warhammer was with Mordheim.
Okay.
And those art books they are essentially art books with all this just weird art in it. I love it. But the hipster answer is definitely for me at least Da Vinci.
Okay. Oh, Da Vinci, the artist?
Yeah, allegedly. Well, he's the first concept artist.
Not Da Vinci resolved the program, the real Da Vinci.
Hell no, the real Da Vinci. Because I don't know, he was coming up with weird stuff, right? And
so that inspired you to be a concept artist.
Not really.
He was kind of a concept.
He kind of was. I didn't realize copying him was kind of gonna push me into that direction. And I think also that's not even a mountain anymore.
Is that a mountain?
Allegedly.
Okay.
Is this a mountain? We'll never know. Mentally, I was maybe try a little bit of the Japanese brush strokes, and then I just flubbed it.
No, it's nice. Actually, here it's fine because it creates in the composition a sort of a break. Right now, my favorite artists are some Serbian artists that nobody knew of by Jovanovic, and then Gustav Klimt and Muka, like the Slav epics.
Oh,
Really like.
all the best freaking anatomy people there ever was. I forget who was back in college, and I forget if it was Russian or Chinese that just like absurdly good art.
Weapon or something.
My brain. In case we haven't realized, I'm terrible with names.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to like, that shit.
Oh, just you're studying people, and like so obviously like that kind of stuff would carry a lot of weight for you. In much the same way like looking at, I didn't realize at the time, but like David Mang and Terrell Whitlash and
Oh yeah, Terrell. Yeah, it's great
like,
creature.
like excellent creatures from when I was a child.
I think we're almost done here,
I think so.
because else we're gonna like detail it to death.
Yeah. Don't over detail, kids, or
Now
else you'll kill the situation.
the freshness. Pick a sign it. Or you want to sign in on the same, like about here?
Sure.
Oh, you're gonna do it right there. There you go. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Steve.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
That's cool.
It's great to meet you. Thanks for
Yeah.
all the questions. I hope I didn't stumble over words too much. No.
And that's great.
I gave up drawing a monster. I was like, I'll draw a girl.
You
whatever.
did great.
That's cool.